Lana might have been kidnapped by the pirates and by Captain Scarlet Fierce. Let's get straight into today's video. Hey my lovely sunnies, welcome back to Complete with Sophie. So as I mentioned in the intro, Lana might have been captured and kidnapped by Captain Scarlet Fierce and her pirates. Alright, so if we make our way inside of the meat room, if you make your way inside of this, we are in the meat room, and there's obviously like 4 things that are like the most important parts of this entire room. Basically the heels, the keypad, the torch, and the main door that we're trying to figure out what is behind it and what is behind the DTI door and the DTI logo in the lobby. But basically, if you didn't know, the code is 111123. Oops, 23. And then you click enter and it says, have you ever tried climbing inside the DTI logo in the lobby? And the funny thing is, we figured this room out before we knew about this keypad. Let me tell you why I don't think this is a coincidence. So maybe they were just trying to trick us into thinking that this is not the main door, that we're trying to figure out what's inside of it. There was a poster that was put up that said missing, and it was Lana's face, and it said Lana does nails, her Roblox username. So basically, I believe that this was set up by the pirates or by Captain Scarlet Fierce, which is who took her. Because I feel like they just want to like leave a trace or like a hint to them being the ones that kidnapped her. Which is why I think of the following thing. So obviously you guys can see that there is a torch here, and this torch, I mentioned in this video that it might be related to something of the quest because of this little statue that I found in the Style Showdown waiting area. And basically, I think that it has to do with the quest because it's like talking about tropical and talking about like deserted island or deserted places that have to do with the ocean or like a coastal area. If you want to learn more about that or how I dived deeper into that certain topic, make sure to check out this video as I mentioned earlier, because I really dive deep into it and you can really get the full explanation of what I did. This is just a summary. Well, anyways, what I was saying is that I think it was the pirates who kidnapped Lana, because as I mentioned in the previous video that I mentioned, let me just add the clip of what I said. She went missing out at sea. We can see that what I believed what was happening might actually be true, that she was not kidnapped on land, but she was kidnapped at sea when it was like the whole thunder scene and like there was like a voiceover of a woman explaining how everything goes out in dark and nothing can hide as easily in the dark. Well, basically that's what I mean is what happened. Quick interception, I just realized that the torch in this quest might be the exact same torch as in the meat room, which is another connection to how this is all related together. They went into a parallel universe, as I mentioned in that previous video, and they went into a nightmare inside of Lana's mind. And this place is where she was kidnapped and taken by the pirates. Because, as you can see in the end of the trailer, she says, you stepped on the wrong side of the lights, or lads. I'm not pretty sure what she said specifically, but she said that we stepped on the wrong side. Meaning that we were in like her territory, or where she is the owner. So she got mad, and we have to save Lana from her kidnapping. She kidnapped Lana in that secret island or secret place, wherever that is in the ocean. And her side piece, or her like helping monster, is the Kraken, or whatever that squid thing was that we saw in the trailer as well. This is super similar because it's like the same thing as we saw in the Halloween quest, but with different characters. So in the Halloween quest, the Captain Scarlet Fierce was Lena, the one in the monstrous costume, and like she became into like a monster that floated with like tentacles and everything, which is the same idea as the Kraken that we see in this story. And I just believe that Captain Scarlet Fierce is simply another body that was filled by Agamemnon and has been turned into his worker and his object and tool to get to Lana. And the fake Lana that was in the previous Halloween update was basically the Kraken. Basically the side piece of Captain Scarlet Fierce was the doppelganger of Lana with Lena. I believe it's just like the same thing that we saw in the Halloween update, but just like in different characters, like different bodies. And as I mentioned, I knew that these would be the players that we saw in the quest. I feel like that would be the players because it makes more sense. Like, we have to save Lana. I feel like we're gonna have to do like a bunch of different quests. Maybe there's going to be like an underwater mini game that we have to do in the quest, or maybe we have to like chase the Kraken, or the Kraken is chasing us and we have to like survive and get to the finish line before everybody else does. I don't know, these are just theories of how the summer quest could go about. But that's like basically what my theories are. If you have any more theories, make sure to comment them down below. And so far, this is all I have about Lana. I showed it in one of my shorts, make sure to check that out. that there was the new sign when you go ahead and check in the DTI hidden room. It says she is not the real Lana, or she's not me, I think. That's what it said. And it was behind a painting of Lana with like a blurred image. I'll add a picture right here so you know what I'm talking about. And basically, it's just confirming us that Lana, or the person sitting at the chair, is another doppelganger. Another theory that I had is that maybe they're like playing us into a like reverse psychology kind of situation. Maybe, let me actually go to Lana so that I can show you what I wanted to show you. Maybe this is the real Lana after all, and they're just trying to trick us into believing something so that Agamemnon can take our souls and take our lives. This is another possible theory, but I do believe that this is not the real Lana. That's like the story or the theory that I believe the most. But if you believe the other one, I wouldn't actually be like, I wouldn't think it's like completely wrong. It's a possibility, but I do believe it's more plausible and more likely for her to be a doppelganger than it being Lana and they're just trying to like lie us into another lie. But before I finish off today's video, I'll be doing it with my daily sunny shout out. Today's daily sunny shout out is Hello Kitty. Thank you so much for being the first to comment, and if you want to get a chance at being liked, commented, and pinned in my next video, be sure to be the first to comment. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!